Hello, Galaxy, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you can ask me anything. Magic Ferret 69 asks, what is your favorite Star Wars merchandise you own? All of it? Assume that if it's Star Wars, I'm going to like it. If you really need me to be more specific, okay. Trust me, I will talk about Star Wars anytime, anywhere. Especially in the daily vlog, I'm constantly showcasing new acquisitions. That was my best EV99 impression. You are a protocol subscriber, are you not? Let's begin now. That was a Star Wars merchandise reference, which you would only understand if you were my age. This AT-AT driver, and yes, I say AT-AT, I blame Kenner. Kenner said AT-AT in their commercials. Anyway, this right here, in less than prime condition, is my very first Star Wars toy ever. The value of this seemingly random piece of plastic is largely sentimental to me. It kicked off a childhood fascination. I had to collect all the Star Wars figures, and for the most part, I did. Many of the figures I had were missing accessories. You really only got new Star Wars figures when you traded with other people. You, as in you being a child of the 80s, like me. In all those years, I only saw the blue Snaggletooth once, and I still didn't believe it was an actual Star Wars figure, because it wasn't listed on the back of the card. But believe me, a blue Snaggletooth is legit. I got my blue Snaggletooth the very same weekend that my wife Diana visited Seattle for the first time. Out of all the Star Wars figures out there, he is one of the more rare ones. My variation has dented toes. Years later, after they invented something called the internet, I decided to do some research on one of my most favorite things ever. Star Wars figures, in case you haven't quite figured that out yet. News group after listserv was telling me that there was another vintage Star Wars figure out there. Yakface. Huh? Yakface wasn't on the back of any card or any catalog that came with a set. You are sitting there telling me, without using any kind of sarcastic emoticon, that this figure was never really distributed in the United States of America. Yeah, that! What can I do? Just buy one? So this is my Yakface. Yakface, everybody. Everybody, Yakface with original weapon. No vintage Star Wars figure collection is complete without one. As of 2 weeks ago, I finally completed my full, loose, vintage Star Wars figure collection for the first time in my life. These figures are in awesome condition. If you'd like me to do a long video showing you all of my vintage Star Wars figures in my collection, let me know. I'm very proud of this collection, and I'm elated to have finally done it. Though, as many of you have noticed, I have a slight fascination with Darth Vader merchandise specifically. I guess it's because there's so much of it out there, and it's all awesome. This loose vintage Darth Vader figure is the thing that kicked off that part of my collection. It was a gift, and before I knew it, one Darth Vader turned into probably close to 1 million. Give or take. There are a lot of people out there who aren't happy with my happiness, but you know what I have to say to them? No, I'm not gonna say it. You gotta do what it takes to be happy. Trust me, if you thought there was a lot now, you ain't seen nothing yet. There's a lot more coming down the pike. And that makes me so happy, because it brings happiness. I'm surrounded by happiness. Happiness that's never irrelevant, never needs charging, or never gets upgraded. Happiness that accrues value over time. Just know this. Every piece of Star Wars merchandise in my collection is my favorite. Otherwise, it would not be in my collection. And as I said before, I'm constantly finding new stuff. And old stuff. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me anything. But if you really need me to answer your question, I will. If you head over to chrispirillo.com and become a patron right now.